I procrastinate a lot, and by tracking my work hours, I realize that I've only worked on things that matter for 4.5 hours every day. For the rest of the time, I spend it on YouTube, Facebook, and Reddit. I recently saw a thread talking about human mode and machine mode where the human mode is susceptible to emotions, which leads to procrastination. Those negative emotions associated with a task drive a person to procrastinate. I realize that the source of negative emotions is that we care about how well we perform in our task, and our ego doesn't want us to perform poorly. If we know that we can do well in a task and we can complete it within an acceptable time frame, we would not hesitate to do it. But when we cannot see ourselves confidently completing the task, or when we see ourselves being unable to complete it fast enough, we tend to procrastinate. Our primal brain prefers not doing a task to doing a task poorly. Here are the things that work for me. 1. Switch to machine mode. A machine only carries out instructions. It's more than just do it. The instruction you give is just do the task in X minutes, where X is a time frame that you are comfortable with. You cannot force yourself to overwork. A machine doesn't care about the feelings, the outcome, or the feedback for the task. 2. Negotiate with yourself and understand that the time frame is non-linear. A lot of people like to tyrannize ourselves by forcing ourselves to complete a task in an uncomfortable time frame. And we call it self-discipline, and we feel bad when we cannot complete it in time. Think about how you rush stuff right before the deadline. After a lot of journaling, I find that it's beneficial to understand planning fallacy. This is when it takes longer to complete the task. Sometimes it takes a shorter time, especially if you are in the flow. So find a time that you are comfortable with, maybe just 5 minutes, and switch to machine mode. 3. Track your time and plan your next day such that it is 1% better than today. Drastic changes don't work. You will fall back to bad habits. Here's a better alternative. First, track how you spend your time comfortably in a day, which is usually a combination of work and play. Then, refer to this tracking when you schedule your next day. You don't want to deviate too much.